Hi students, now the next topic is multiple bus organization. In previous video we discussed single bus organization. So in single bus organization one disadvantage is there, that is only one data word can be transferred over the bus in a single clock cycle. Okay, means there is a possibility for only one word. Okay, for because of this they increase the steps required to complete the execution of instruction. So because of that problem there is a here in for execution of an instruction we require more number of steps. Okay, so for providing a solution for single bus structure is to reduce number of steps. Most processors provide multiple internal paths. Multiple paths enable several transfers. So because of this multiple internal paths enables several transfers to take place in parallel. Means for each clock cycle there is a possibility of more than one word transfers. Okay, so in that situation we have to reduce some number of steps to execute an instruction. Okay, how we are going to be reduced means here this is one diagram. So this is the three bus organization of data paths. Okay, here we have to use bus A, bus B, bus C. Okay, all general purpose registers are combined to in a single block called register file. Here see this register file. So in VLSI technology the most efficient way to implement a number of registers is in the form of an array of memory cells similar to those we are used in implementation of random access memory. So how we are going to be implement memory cells in random access memory. Here the register file also follows the same procedure only. Okay, so for for taken of in the form of array of memory cells we have to use here register files. So here register file contains three ports, bus A, bus B and bus C. Okay, so there are two outputs, that is allowing the contents of the two different registers to be accessed. Okay, means these two, that is bus A and bus B, allowing the contents of two registers to be accessed simultaneously and have their contents placed on bus A and B. Okay, the third port allows the data on bus C to be loaded into the third register during the same clock cycle. That means in the same clock cycle we have to operate, we have operated three processes. Okay, means here we have two outputs and one third port. Means here the register file contains three ports. At a time we have to operate three ports. Okay, so buses A and B are called transfer the source operands to A and B inputs of the ALU. So whatever the ALU contains A and B, so the buses A and B are used to transfer the source operands. Okay, where an arithmetic or logical operation may be performed. So the result is transferred to the destination over bus C. Okay, so the result is transferred to bus C. Okay, so if needed, the ALU may simply passes one of its two input operands unmodified to bus C. So we will call the ALU control signals for such an operation is R is equal to A or R is equal to B. That means sometimes the C also worked as usual A and B. Okay, so the three bus arrangement obviates the need for registers. So in previous video we are used Y and Z. Here there is no need to Y and Z. Okay, so coming to so up to now we discussed its register file and arithmetic logical unit. So this is the incrementer. So in previously with the help of ALU we have to increment the PC by 4. So now there is no need to ALU, here we have to use incrementer. Okay, so with the help of incrementer we have to increment PC by 4. Okay, that means in the previous videos we discussed we have to connect constant 4 to ALU. Okay, so that is in that input multiplexer is still useful. Okay, so there is no need to here, so here we have incrementer. So with the help of incrementer we have to increment PC by 4. Okay, so in as usual instruction decoder you already know that, and instruction register. MDR means memory data register, memory address register. Okay, so memory data register contain memory bus data lines and memory address register contains address lines. This is the example of 3 bus organization of data paths. Means at a time we are going to be perform three operations in a single in a same clock cycle. Okay, so this is the control sequence for the instruction of for the adding of 3 registers. Okay, so in previous example for the execution of an instruction we have 7 steps, but here we have only 4 steps. Okay, that is PC out, this is the updated value of PC. Okay, then we have to store the B in R, and whatever the address in the PC that is going to be stored in MAR. Then we have to send read signal. Then after that we are incremented by the PC. Okay, so after this in second step we are going to be wait, means WMFC means wait for execution of a complete instruction. Okay, after that whatever the data in the address field that is going to be stored in MDR, so that is stored in R is equal to B. Whatever the instruction that is in MDR that is stored in, that is loaded in IR. So previously we know that these steps. Okay, we already discussed in the previous videos also. Okay, next this is the updated value of R4 and updated value of R5, and then select A. Okay, then add R6 in, means this is the final result, then the complete instruction is finished. Okay, that's why we have to write here end. So this is the example for how we are going to be add R4, R5, R6. Okay, so here we have only 4 steps only. So in previous the complete execution of an instruction we have 7 steps. Okay, so the instruction execution proceeds as follows. The content of PCR passed through ALU using R is equal to B control signal and loaded into the MAR to start memory read operation. At the same time PC is incremented by 4, and in the second step the processor wait for MFC signal from the memory, means memory function to complete. Okay, and third step processor loads requested data into MDR. So whatever the data in the MAR, okay, that particular address that is that data is loads in MDR and transfers them into IR. IR is nothing but instruction register. Okay, so the instruction is decoded and the add operation takes place in a single step. Okay, this is the multiple bus organization. So how why we go for multiple bus organization means in single bus structure some disadvantages are there. So for that purpose we need to go multiple bus structure. Okay, so in multiple bus structure, this is the example for 3 bus organization of data paths, and we have bus A, bus B, bus C. Okay, so here incrementer is there. Okay, so in previous, with the help of ALU only, we have to increment the PC, but here we have to use, there is a possibility to increment without ALU, with the help of incrementer. Okay, then register file. So a register file contains 3 ports. Okay, 2 output ports, and third output is the resultant we are going to be loaded into C. Okay, then instruction decoder, after that IR, instruction register, memory data register, memory address register. Okay, memory data register contains memory bus data lines, memory address register contains address lines. Okay, all general purpose registers are grouped in a single block called register file. Okay, so the resistor has 3 ports. Okay, the two output ports allow the content of 2 different resistors to be simultaneously placed on buses A and B simultaneously. we have to allow the contents of 2 different resistors. Okay, and third input port allows the data on bus to be loaded into the third register during the same clock cycle. Okay, then buses A and B are used to transfer source operands A and B inputs of ALU. See this here, ALU. Okay, and the incrementer unit is used to increment PC by 4. Okay, this is the steps for execution of an instruction for 3 registers. Okay, so this is the multiple bus structure, multiple bus organization. Okay, thank you students.